A man suddenly realizes his body is shrinking. His wedding ring slips off and falls to the floor. His 6-foot frame now matches his wife's height. At first, Jack isn't too concerned about it, but as time goes on, he only grows increasingly smaller. He eventually shrinks to the size of a mosquito. Household spiders and insects become terrifying monsters. Ever since Jack first noticed his shrinking body, he has visited the local hospital for tests. Yet, all his medical results came back completely normal. No irregularities were found in his bones or blood, since his condition kept worsening continuously, and medical treatments proved ineffective. Faced with overwhelming medical bills, Jack had no choice but to return home. Soon, Jack became as small as the family cat. For her husband's safety, his wife had to put the cat outside. She even publicly claimed her husband had passed away, planning to sell their house as a result. This filled Jack with immense anger and betrayal. He felt she no longer treated him as a normal person, but as a burden due to his severe illness. Yet, as the days passed, Jack's body kept shrinking relentlessly. He ended up living in his daughter's dollhouse. At first, he thought it was fun. No work, just staying home with his daughter. But soon, the fun faded. His wife wouldn't let him sleep in their bed, fearing she might crush him in her sleep. This only made him want to get into bed more. The next day, he tied a fishhook to a string, thinking he could climb up to the bed. But just at that moment, he heard a cat meowing outside the door. The cat his wife had put out had returned. This sent a chill of terror down Jack's spine. In his eyes, the cat was now a colossal beast. He tried to stand up and run, but accidentally cut himself on the sharp fishhook. Even more terrifying, the cat lowered into a predatory crouch, ready to pounce. To save himself, Jack grabbed an embroidery needle as a weapon. He then turned and fled deeper inside. But he was no match for the cat's speed. It quickly closed in from behind. In his frantic scramble, he accidentally tumbled into the dark basement. Hearing his wife calling his name from upstairs, Jack screamed her name with all his might, desperately trying to get her attention. But because his body had grown so tiny, made his voice as faint as a mosquito's, she couldn't hear a thing. Seeing the cat had returned, his wife knew something was terribly wrong. When night fell and all was quiet, Jack found a scrap of cloth to cover himself, barely surviving the cold night in the basement. Early the next morning, Jack was woken by his daughter's voice. A spark of hope finally ignited within him.